back with a different style of video. I was gonna do this with a live cam as I commentate, but some things got in the way. But anywho, this is my journey to getting to the 19th and the 18th spot on Moon and the Giant for Black Ops 3 Zombies on the ZWR leaderboards. I know these aren't any crazy accomplishments by any means, but I did set my mind on these numbers specifically on the leaderboards, these spots, whatever you want to call it, and I actually achieved them. But let's get to explaining some things. So I actually never got to enjoy the original experience of World at War Zombies. I did, however, get to play custom zombies on PC that was on the World at War system, but I don't really consider that the same thing. However, when Black Ops 1 came around, I was already well into the community at this point. So as Black Ops 1 launched and each one of its DLCs dropped, I was there with the community getting to experience these maps for the very first time. And when Black Ops 2 came about, it was the exact same thing. I was still with the community, still driven by this zombie craze. So needless to say, I was already so used to playing without Gobblegums that when Black Ops 3 came about and introduced them, I would forget that there was a component to the game, that I could use these things to actually help out with my journey. I was already so used to just relying on my gun and map knowledge to get me through everything, and maybe with the occasional, like in Black Ops 2, maybe the occasional trap thing that you could build. But having a secondary component to the game that was RNG based, kind of like the box, that you could get Perkaholic from or wall power from or things like that, that could make the game significantly easier, especially if you're going for things like the Easter eggs. But having something like that, like I would always forget it is there because I was so set in the ways of Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, especially Black Ops 2. Like for instance, there was the obstacles on town with the lava on the ground that you would have to jump over, or die rise, you'd have to be careful where you walked or you'd fall off the map, right? Like there was all these things that just made the game harder, and I was so used to that. I was so just prepared for that, and I wasn't ever prepared to actually, oh, I could go grab Gobblegums and be, you know, have myself completely set up by round 2. You know, I would forget that element of the game even existed. So by the time I got around to doing the ZWR leaderboards, I was like, no Gobblegums. I literally do that already. So how I'm going to be breaking this video down is a lot different than other people. Like they would probably be like, oh, well, this is the exact strat, and you know, I mean, the strats are pretty self-explanatory. I mean, the strats I run are basically like the strats that every single other person runs when they go for these things, or even when they're just casually playing. Like these spots are basically the spots everyone else goes for. And considering I don't plan on making this video like an hour long or anything like that, it's definitely going to be more so just kind of on the highlights and me commentating over some of the boring bits. To stay on track with the actual zombies, Moon was probably one of my favorite maps, and still I think is my favorite map. Easter egg design wise, wonder weapon, I think everything about it, the atmosphere especially, like everything about it is probably like it's S tier in my opinion. Like if I do a tier list video, like if I do one with Sun God, like there's obviously gonna be some disagreements, you know, but if I did one by myself, this map would take the #1 spot. When this map first came out on Black Ops 1, I have so many memories of running this map over and over and over and over again with 2 of my friends going for the Easter egg, just relentlessly banging our heads at it, trying to figure out what to do, right? For like the first week of it. Eventually, we started just looking up some of the videos of people that actually figured out the steps, right? And we finally started like, we didn't do it on our first try after looking at the video. I promise you that. Like it took us a good couple tries to actually get it, but when we got it and we blew up, you know, we blew up the fucking earth or whatever, dude. Like that shit was a monumental moment for me in the zombie community. Even past that, like just going for high rounds on solo, like I would leave my console on for like 3 days just at the pause menu. I'd go to sleep, I'd wake up at like 5 a.m. I would play. I'd play until like, you know, maybe like
I'd say like, fuck, dude, 11 p.m., go to bed, wake up at 5 a.m. again and do it all over. Just keep going, keep going, keep going. Like, oh my god, those memories are so good, dude, and they're all on this map. I think the closest experience I have next to Moon would be Origins. Me and my friend would stay up for literally 24 hours just trying to go for the Easter eggs. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were children, we weren't the best. You know, trying to get all the stabs, trying to upgrade the stabs, trying to fucking get the upgraded fist, trying to do all this, right? Like, and then even recently, like when me and Sun God went to go beat the Origins Easter egg, right? Like that shit was such a great feeling, going back to and getting the stabs, upgrading the stabs, going for the fist, getting the fist, upgrading the fist, completing the Easter egg. Like, dude, like, bring back those types of Easter eggs. Bring back that OG feeling, that hard feeling, that actual scary, like Kino der Toten scary feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like when you first get Black Ops 1, you haven't played it at all, then you see the mode zombies and you boot up Kino der Toten, dude, and it's, you get to around, what, 5 or 6, whatever it is, and the dogs start coming for you, right? Like that shit, dude. Oh my, bring that back.
Another thing they need to bring back is like this whole game right here on Moon, I was calling out where the box was gonna go after it would vanish, and it would, every time I'd be like, oh, it's gonna go over there. Like let's say, oh, it's gonna go to Dome. After this, right, it'd go to Dome. I'd be like, oh, it's gonna go to Spawn. It'd go to Spawn. I'd be like, oh, it's gonna go to the Pyramid Room. It'd go to the Pyramid Room. I'd be like, oh, it's gonna go back to the fucking, it's gonna go back to the Mule Kick where I'm at right now. Boom, and the box would be there. Like, having that type of map knowledge, dude, like, oh my god, man, it's like that feeling of just like being able to like want to replay a map that much to where you're learning where the box is gonna go. Like, I can't tell you that on Mauer de Toten. I can't tell you that on D Machine. I can't tell you that on Firebase. I can't tell you that on Vanguard zombies, Modern Warfare 3 zombies. Like, I can't. Black Ops 3 maps, some of them, like Shadows of Evil, I could do fairly easily because I played Shadows of Evil so much on the 360, but I think Black Ops 3, and I'm probably one of the few people that won't ride Black Ops 3 the way everyone else does. Like, it's a good game. I love the game. Zombie-wise, multiplayer, I'm not for it. Zombie-wise, it's a great game, great maps. Do not get me wrong. I love Zetsubo. I love Der Eisendrache. Like, Der Eisendrache is probably my absolute favorite map on Black Ops 3, aside from the Chronicle maps. Black Ops 3 exclusive, it's Der Eisendrache. Point being, Black Ops 3 was probably the last game that people actually like cared enough to replay those maps so many times that they would learn the box rotation, you know? I don't see many people talking about Black Ops 4 in positive ways. Zombies, at least. Multiplayer and Battle Royale, that's a different experience. Like, people probably praise it in that aspect, you know? But as far as, like, actual, like, the zombies experience goes, like, no, I don't see anyone talking good about it. Like, people hate Voyage because of how they love the idea of it, but they hate how it was executed. People hate what they did to Mob of the Dead with Blood of the Dead. 9 apparently was the only good map, you know, and like it's all these things like that. Like, they're failing the execution, which makes the replayability go down, you know, and that's kind of an issue. We need to go back to this feeling of like, I want to spend 500 hours on Moon, you know what I'm saying, or like, let's say like D Machine, like you need to have that feeling where people actually want to spend 1,000 hours on that map, just replaying it over and over. Like, there are people still to this day that have not bought the DLC for Black Ops 1 or Black Ops 2, and they've just been running Kino, 5, and Town, even Transit, over and over and over and over and over again, because they're actually that good. Like, people shit on Transit all the time, but it's actually that good of a map. People have not gotten the DLC because they feel like this experience is solid enough.
Like, we gotta start putting more care and love into these maps that we create for zombies. And I just saw, like, Milo, Mr. Waffle Waffles, he put out a video talking about this interview that just happened with one of the people that work. I think his name is Kevin Drew. I think he works on the zombies part of Black Ops 6, and he's been working on Cold War and all these other. I think he's been working on zombies since Black Ops 2. Matter of fact, I think he said he was part of the crew that made the eyes red for Mob of the Dead. So shout out to him. But hopefully, with everything that was said, I mean, granted, it wasn't all explained in depth, and I'm glad they're not explaining things in depth, because when they don't explain things in depth, it kind of gives me hope, because they didn't explain shit about the previous zombies. You know what I'm saying? They were just like, boom, here you go, here's the map, have fun, get into it. You know, and that's kind of the experience I like and how it should be. But I'm really hoping they kind of return to formula, at least. Like, I hate to say it, but because Black Ops 4 Zombies is not that bad to play, Easter eggs wise and everything, it's kind of shit. But if they just kind of go back to formula in that aspect, like, I'd be happy. If they just leave this whole Cold War era of things where everything's kind of like a campaign mission, like, that'd be great to me. I just feel like we need to leave that and go back, you know?
Anyways, off topic from zombies, I'm gonna go ahead and play this clip from the stream where I was elaborating on my name and a little bit of my life from the past.
By the way, why did you name your channel as Ugly? Is there any meaning to it? Or just a play on the word Ugly XD?
No, there's meaning to it. Like, if there's some depressing meaning to it, if you would like to know, I could tell you. But it's not like anything like I don't know, like there's a reason why, like, my thing on my channel, like, the first thing you see in, like, in the bio is Ugly is the New Beautiful. Like, it's nothing like I'm trying to make it something happy, but the reasoning behind it is definitely not happy. But I mean, I could elaborate on that if you'd like. I don't give a fuck.
If it's okay with you, yeah. If not, it's okay. Big smile.
Growing up, I'm laughing because this is how I cope. Growing up, I lived with an adopted family, right? And one of my brothers in said family, like, I was the one that was adopted. So I was in that family, right? And one of my brothers would, you know, because I was a you know, I was, like, I'm skinny, like, now, you know, but that's also that's due to another really depressing long backstory of mine. But I was a little, you know, thicker as a kid, and you know, like, into my juvenile life, you know, and my brother would, you know, make fun of me, call me ugly, you know, fat, stupid, you know, buck teeth, because I had really big front teeth. You know, I still do. Well, I have one now because one got knocked out, which is due to another long story. Old Toothless over here, Father Gap Tooth. Father Gap Tooth. So he would ridicule me on every little thing, but the moral of the story is Ugly. The word ugly really stuck in my head, and, you know, like, the way people perceived me, even if they were nice to me, I felt like inside they thought I was ugly, and they didn't, like, it was pity. Like, the reason why they were talking to me was because they pitied me because of how, like, down bad I was and how ugly I was and how, like, you know, so it's just things like that. And then even growing up, like, you know, also because of the same reasons, like, people kind of avoided me, you know, because I was also a little shy and you know, I had social anxiety, you know, so I was a little fucking weird. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I was a little fucking weird. I didn't know how to talk, like, to people, so I really wouldn't talk. Like, I didn't know how to communicate properly because of the environment I grew up in, right? So it didn't just stem from him, it stemmed from other people as well. Which, you know, the word ugly is something that, like, I want to, like, I don't like when people, like, I'll be like, oh, that's ugly as fuck, you know what I'm saying? But, like, I'm not, like, I'll be like, oh, like,
like what Call of Duty is doing, right, with their yearly releases of Modern Warfare 2 and then Modern Warfare 3, which Modern Warfare 3 is just DLC for Modern Warfare 2, right? Like, that's ugly as fuck, dude. Like, that's ugly business. Like, that's what I'm, like, that I won't use it to describe a fucking person, you know? Like, I don't like using that word against someone because of how it was used against me. So, like, that's why I'm like, ugly is the new beautiful. Like, I don't give a fuck what other people say. You know what I'm saying? Like, over here, no matter what's going on with your physical appearance, with anything, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're beautiful. You're beautiful at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And that's what matters. But the word, you know, ugly, that led me to go down a path that, you know, I deeply regret for many reasons. But that's something that's like a later, you know what I'm saying? That's like a podcast type thing where if I'm just like sitting down playing fucking Minecraft or something or whatever, like just having deep philosophical conversations, like maybe I could get into my origin deeper like that. But yeah, it's mostly just me, like, it's mostly just me being slapped with that word, like, constantly, and then me just wanting to change the way that people use that word, you know? Like, I don't, like, having an ugly
of DVD, I'm gonna chill here now.
Like, having an ugly personality is one thing, sure, but like to be ugly, like physically, like, I don't know, dude. Like, I just, something about that, it just, I don't like it, you know? And I don't like the way people use it against people. I don't like how people will like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Just a lot of reasonings behind it, as to why I want to change it. You know, everyone's beautiful, dog. Everybody's beautiful. Welcome back, Rex. How many did you escape, or was you the killer? The hunter. Probably shouldn't say that word on YouTube. Oh,
I was the unaliever.
Oh, okay. Did you get him? Did you get, how many did you get? How many got?
I won all but 2 matches.
Okay.
Damn, man, I'm really sorry you had to go trough it all. I love that you have turned the word to have like a positive meaning to it.
Yeah.
You can skipping the rest. Of course it is easy to say now, but when you are a child, you don't understand it. I am a sweaty nurse player and I'm proud. I wish bro all the best in life. As well, you don't look ugly in no shape or form. The one ugly is your brother, who called you that.
So it said the thing that fucking chat skipped your comment. You said, I love that you turned the word to have like a positive meaning to it. You can't allow words like that. You can't allow words to have the better of you. Of course it is easy to say now, but when you were a child, you don't understand it. I wish bro all the best in life. As well as you don't look ugly in no shape or form. The ugly one is your brother, in quotes, who called you that. You're absolutely right. Like, you know, and again, ugly personality, you know, ugly behavior. Like, I can't, even what he put me through, like, don't get me wrong, like, now, like, I've severely changed as a person. Like, if you would have asked me fucking 14 years ago, 16 years ago, like, how I felt about him, how Rex feels about the survivors in that game when he's preying on them, that was how I felt towards him. You know, like, those, I know what it is like to have that much hatred and that much
disregard for
In
everyone.
my eyes, if you call someone ugly, you're just jealous that the person you called ugly looks better than you.
That's another thing. That's another thing too that you know is probably valid as well. You know, to be quite frank, that's probably another thing. But even, you know, it's
There is a saying, the world is round, everything will come back someday.
that is true. That is absolutely true.
Facts what Rex said.
No, yeah, that's actual factual. Like again, ugly personality,
So you
ugly.
want to stab your brother and put him on a sacrificial hook?
You know, no comment. But again, like I've come a very long way from how I once was and how I once used to feel, you know, and like where I am now, like I can recognize how he was, his behavior, his actions, and his personality. Even today, his personality is still very much ugly. But I can't look him in his face and call him a ugly, like, he physically is an ugly person, and I can't say that behind his back either, because I know what it is like to be slammed with these type of comments, these rapid fire insults of one after another, of, you know what I'm saying, like I understand that, and I like, for the same reasons that I don't want people, like, which I maybe, again, I'll maybe explain in a podcast or something, like, for the same reason that I don't want people going through the things that I went through, it's the same reason that I can't, in a sense, bully other people like that. Like, I can't bring myself to, like, I don't know. Like, again, if it's a difference, if you're attacking me, sure, I can fucking, like, if you're physically attacking me, like, yeah, I might say some things as I'm defending myself. But that's in the heat of the moment, and I'm also, like, again, like, I came from a very rough environment, so, like, there's disconnects for me. Like, I'm not, like, I don't know, it's a long story. It's a long fucking story, but we're getting really fucking philosophical right now. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate y'all, though, for actually caring about my mental well-being and my upbringing and everything like that. That means a fucking lot. Like, that's cool. Like, I appreciate that. Oh, man.
The only time you should insult someone is never.
Actual factual, though, like, and that's where I'm trying to get. Like, again, like I've said, I've come a long way, man. I've come a very long way. I used to be a very hostile and aggressive person, but I was also so kind. Like, I'd be so nice to you until the moment you showed me any disrespect, and then I was an absolute monster. Like, that, to put it in layman's terms, like, I was an absolute monster the moment anyone showed me any disrespect, because I grew up being disrespected.
Unless you're joking around with your friends, but that's a different story in my opinion.
Oh yeah, no, if you're joking with your friends, I feel like if you're with your friend group and y'all know it's a joke and you're not being serious, I feel like it's fair game. But the moment you start attacking something personal about them, even if it is a joke, if you know it's a sore subject for them, then that's when I can be, that's not when I can be like, but that's when it's like, okay, you know, there's a line. There is a line that you don't cross, you know?
So now you had a little story time with Ugly. Let's get back on track with zombies. You're about to see me get smacked to the ground trying to stylize on these fucking zombies. Like, and I was talking about it too in the game, because someone in my chat asked me, like, how do I maneuver around the, it's right here, look. Bye-bye, look at that. I tried to, like, get all saucy on them, because I was already talking about, oh, it's just map knowledge, you just gotta know the maps. And, like, as I was, like, refreshing on saying things like that, I get knocked, because I was like, oh yeah, look at me, look how cool I am, da-da-da-da-da. You know, it's, oh my god, dude. But yeah, that's the first, and I guess you could say only down I take.
Unless you consider the down, because I'm pretty sure I downed myself with a grenade. No, I think I let the oxygen knock me. I think I take my PES off and I go without oxygen. I think that's how I go. That right there though, that knock is exactly why no matter how confident you may feel, you have to just act like you're trying your best. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't just be like, oh, it's time to stylize, it's time to do 360s and 180s and da da da. And then look at this. I spawned into him grabbing me, and I hadn't hacked the this side, so like, oh my god, like thank goodness it put me here, you know, because I don't think I had that side unlocked either. And if it would have put me on the other side of that, I would have been down bad. However, I was lucky enough to get out of there with the stamina up, and then I got double tapped on my way up here, and I just decided to not go for Jug, and I was like, you know what, whatever. We're already this close. It's just one more round. We can do it. You know, and with the stamina up here in this area on Moon, it's actually so broke. Like, I think this version of stamina up on Moon is absolutely broken because of the movement on this map. It's actually crazy. But right here, we're about to put this final spray down into them and reach round 42. Oh, wait, no. Look at me, I'm just like, get it over with, get it over with. Boom, right there. Round 42. I'm freaking out.
Oh my god. Okay, we'll go until we're out of ammo. We'll go until we're out of ammo.
And that I just did. Used all the ammo in that. Used all the ammo in that. Used all the ammo in my Annihilator. Used all the Gershas and grenades. I took my PES off right here. And then I just let the oxygen knock me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let the zombie kill me. I'm gonna die to oxygen. Fuck it. Oh, I was gonna get run into it. There we go. 42 rounds. Realistically, only had one down too, because the second down was just me, you know, downing myself to end the game. So,
me saying whatever I gotta say to make myself feel better. But with Moon out of the way, now we're on to the Giant. I like how I said I wasn't gonna aim to make this an hour-long video, and we're already almost 30 minutes in. I have no time management, as you can tell. With the Giant though, I normally train right here at spawn, or I do it where the power's at. But for some reason, I decided to train in the teleporter room by the catwalk. And I definitely paid in full price for that. The first couple rounds were a breeze, I mean, as they should be. But once I got the breccie, things were definitely a breeze. And my RNG was starting to pick up a little bit in this game.
what?
Needless to say, I was obviously very happy. With the breccie, the Wonderwalk DG2, and the Symbol Monkeys, I was feeling rather unstoppable. But my luck wasn't out there. I was lucky enough to have Stamina Up spawn instead of Deadshot Daiquiri. Now I'm feeling like a cool $1 million and like these zombies can't affect me at all. But remember how I said I paid in full for not training in this area when I was younger? Well...
Oh, I'm dead! No!
And it didn't stop there.
Oh, I'm gonna die again? No way!
You saw that right. My very own grenade played a part in me going down the very next round after I had already went down. What the fuck was I thinking? Oh, but there's more. I still haven't completely paid. Watch this.
I'm dead again! No!
At this very point, I had lost all hope in this run. I'm sitting here talking to chat, talking about, man, this is it. It's game over now. I mean, there's nothing more we can do. We're fucked. This isn't the run. It's gonna be like the last run. I'm gonna die before I can make it, right? Well, I took it on the chin, and I made it my personal mission to get all these perks that I needed. Jug, double tap, stamina up, speed cola, and I went right back to the exact same spot. I made it my mission to survive here for the rest of the rounds that I had to get to. I had to beat round 44, meaning I had to get to round 45, right? Okay. I stuck it out right here. Look at that. Right, I'm like, whatever, dude. I don't even care. I'm getting sloppy. I have no hope in my survival. I'm like, whatever, man. I'm playing so emotionless right now. I'm Noel. They call me Gray Fox because I'm Noel from Metal Gear Solid. You know what I'm saying? Like, after 40 minutes, what seems like an eternity, we finally get to round 43. At this point, I am running circles around the whole map, using every trap at my disposal, circling back to this area. Reason being was because I was running out of ammo in my brecci so fast that I just decided to pull the Moonstrat and buy the KN. It somehow paid off, even though it was taking like 2 mags to kill 1 zombie. I mean, look at this, look at this, look at this. Right? But boom, boom, and then that round 44, right? Look how lucky I was for round 44. Look what round 44 is. I was expecting another wave. It's dogs. The amount of serotonin that went through my brain at this exact moment, crazy. Crazy. So we get to round 45, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm gonna do the same strat from Moon. I'm just gonna go until I run out of ammo. Well,
How'd that not hit anyone? Oh, I'm dead right here. Yep, okay, whatever. Round 45. Round 45. Let's go. We beat Ricky Dicky. What is it? Let me verbatim that shit. We have beat Ricky Dicky Bobby Wobbin.
As you can see, this was a personal goal for me.
I wanted Ricky Dicky Bobby Wobbin's spot so badly, and I had finally gotten it.
But anyways, that about wraps up this video. If you want more videos like this, go ahead and comment down below. And if you have any other suggestions that you would like to see, go ahead and comment them down below as well. It's been ugly, and I'll see y'all in the next one.